Hello, 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 and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget, give us a little thumbs up, like what I'm doing right now. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, tell a friend. Welcome, one and all, to Married at First Sight Australia, Season 12, Episodes 15 and 16. Oh, Jamal liked the episodes, y'all. Jamal liked the episodes. Okay, are you guys ready? Hello, everybody in the chat, the early birds. Hey, Susan. Hey, Tracy. Welcome, welcome. Okay,
I will
so
say this: watching
mhm,
this show in twos is very beneficial because
mhm,
um, 13 sets up 14 perfectly and 15 sets up 16 perfectly.
yeah,
So I've been watching them that way. I'm like, this is so much
mhm,
more enjoyable. Like 15 was very interesting, and what's his face, Adrian? Yeah, he can go too. Like he can go jump off a boat. That was hilarious. I was screaming, crying at the reason he left. I was like, what? Oh,
but you should
oh.
see his interviews in Australia. He really thinks that he's the bee's knees. He
He
thinks
does.
he's famous.
Yes.
He said people come up to me, they recognize me on the street. And so the interviewer asked, well, how many people recognize you? He said like four. And the interviewer laughed at him. Like, oh my, delusional. It's
Absolutely.
scary. It's scary. Hi, Farmata. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Okay, alrighty. So let's jump into this. So episode 15 starts off with the morning after Beth and TJ's wedding. They're in bed. Um, I think all they did was kiss and cuddle the night
Hmm.
before. And they find out they're going to North Queensland for their honeymoon. And we see them go on a helicopter ride. Anything else?
Nope.
Next. Okay. So we see all the couples talking about Ryan and Jackie's behavior at the wedding the day before. Then we go over to Jackie and Ryan. Now, since this is your favorite couple, I'll let you have the honors.
So they're back kind of lukewarm. Like they're hugging. They look real ridiculous. Basically, to me at this point, they decided
Wait,
to be a united front. What?
no, they spent the night in different rooms.
Well, yeah. Well, oh, did I skip ahead to the before the dinner
Yes, you
party?
skipped this. Yeah, you skipped ahead
Because I didn't
because
care.
after the
I didn't care about
wedding
this
was the
part.
fight. Yeah, they spent the night in
Nice.
different rooms, and then he
Right.
comes down to the apartment, to her apartment, to get some answers.
That's right. I blocked this part out 'cause I thought he was stupid. He should have ran. But anyway, he
Hmm.
felt that he went down to get some answers and some apologies. That's what he said.
Hmm.
And she was being Jackie was being herself, and she wasn't giving in because she felt she was giving him some constructive criticism, and that he was wrong. I mean, so normal behavior for these two. I don't know what he was. I don't know how he thought he was gonna get an apology from her when she's never apologized since now. So what's wrong with you, sir? And at this point, I just feel they're in it just to get paid. Like you have to be on so many episodes to get paid, or they have paid tiers or whatever. They just
Hmm.
said, we gonna ride this out as long as we can and get as much exposure as we can and get our money, and that's it. Because let's call a thing a thing. Let's be completely honest here. They don't like each other. They're not really attracted to each other. Uh, he's not her type. She's not his type. It's completely obvious. And the thing is, they each have they each make good points,
Hmm.
but when they're together, they make no sense,
Yes.
which is why everyone's having an issue, including the audience, probably.
Yep. Yep. And I loved it when she said, I agreed with her when she said she's not sorry for texting to reach out for help. And
Yes, I agree with her there.
I agreed with her there. Um, I agreed with him about texting another groom behind his back. I agreed with him on that, but they just both wrong.
Correct. Yes.
She she says she wants to leave the experiment today. unless he can provide practical ways to improve his behavior. Now, I was agreeing with her on leaving, but if you're leaving, why do you need him to provide tactical ways to improve behavior if you're not going to be here? Like, these are the things that don't make sense to me with them. And
Right. Like I said, individually they make a lot of sense.
mhm,
Together, absolutely not.
she says it's not about her, it's about him. Um, and like he says he doesn't feel heard. Well, you don't listen either. It's just
True.
so he leaves Jackie's apartment and it doesn't feel like anything was solved.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so now we see for the first time in Married at First Sight history, we see an eliminated couple return and be rematched to new partners. And who, pray tell, do you think they have wasted this grand opportunity on? Elliot and Lauren. Oh my God.
Okay. I like Lauren. I'm not gonna lie. I like Lauren.
Mhm.
I feel she deserves a fair chance. Elliot, on the
Mhm.
other hand, I'm gonna put this as nicely as I can. They wasted a good woman on him. Because
Yes.
for what I've seen so far, I really like Veronica. I really like her. And
Yes.
as I was sitting there watching her packages, I'm sitting here looking like, oh, you're so wasted on him. Like
True. True.
they
But
could have like y'all could have found somebody else for her. Don't do that to her. Don't do
true.
that to her.
True. But they did it to Lauren, so might as well do it to Veronica too. So
Right?
here we go.
But we have to go back to one part though. Alessandra's like, I'm still on the fence about this one. I'm like, oh,
She's the only honest one. The only honest one. So they talk about Lauren and Clint first. Clint, he's 43 and a professional golfer from Tasmania. He describes himself as humbly wealthy. I want to describe myself as that. Oh my God. And I said, damn, he got a nice house. I love it. Artificial
you
turf and all.
you love the fact that you really can see his neighbors. That's what you like.
Yes.
That's what
I
you
wouldn't
like.
mind going down to Tassie to visit Clint. I wouldn't
That's what I was looking.
mind.
I was looking at it outside and I thought about you when I saw the house. Okay, where are the neighbors? I'm like, okay, Debbie's gonna love it because there's no she can't see the neighbors.
That's right. That was one of the best things that I brought up on this show. You know wealth when you don't see the neighbors.
I was like, okay, Clint.
Let's see. Clint's never been married. He's a professional golfer, whatever. He spent most of his younger days on the professional tour, making that money. He's now opening up businesses. Um, I think this could be a good match for Lauren. Um, because she could learn a lot from him. I don't know why they paired her with somebody younger than her. They should have paired her in
Right.
this age range. I think this
Yeah.
works. Um,
I honestly I thought Elliot was too young for her. That was my that I with Lauren, I saw her someone in their 40s. Like I really did.
but
I
you know
felt
what?
Elliot was too immature.
There you go. It wasn't his age so much as his immaturity
Maturity.
and his stubbornness. And like I don't even think it's stubbornness. I think he makes up excuses as to why not like people. Because if you look at Veronica, she is a duplicate of Lauren, except she don't got a business. And you know the bag that he was bitching about, it was a Hermes. Like seriously, this is a broke motherfucker. And let me tell you why I'm saying that. Let me tell you why I'm saying that. I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying that. Is because I do not like okay, I judge people. I judge people.
Mm,
This is why I judge people. Let me take down this picture real quick. Look at the break on his trousers. Look at the break. The break on a pair of trousers is right at where the ankle coming into the boot. It should not be folding over like a pug's face. This should be like a good flow straight down. This is the cheapest suit I ever seen. Look at that little itty bitty bow tie. You know it's a clip on. Like, what is he doing? How? Look, what is this? What is this? Look at the break. Look how cheap and bum and busted he looked. Like Jamal reminded me yesterday, nothing good comes out of the Gold Coast. And no offense to anyone who's in the Gold Coast, not like y'all listening to us over here. But seriously, this is the worst thing that ever came out of the Gold Coast. I'm sorry. I'm going to take this down now. Stop sharing screen. Because he just gets on my last ever loving nerve. And for him to sit there and judge people and shame people, but I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Anyway, this man kind of looked like a Beavis and Butthead, especially on his profile. But you know me. Money make me blind to those certain things because I'll never have to look you in the face as long as you treat me good and let me live in that house.
True.
We can be friends. That's why Elliot was intimidated by Lauren's success because he's broke. Yes, and he's
Yeah.
intimidated by Clint too because he was full on delusional during that dinner.
And
Anyway,
Clint let him have it. Lauren let him have it. Veronica let him have it. I was like, woof, dude, stand down. Shut up.
yep.
But
Let's
yeah,
see.
I think they're a very good match.
And I love how she came into the wedding with her walls up. And even during the vows, he was like, yes, and I have a 8-month old. And she goes, let me guess, a dog, what breed?
Yeah,
And
she
he
said
was
what breed? I screamed. I was like, you know, she's
yes.
not. She was taking no prisoners.
No, she wasn't. And let me tell you, um, I loved it that once she got into it and she realized that he was a semi-decent guy, meaning Clint. Like, did you see she did a costume change at the
Hmm.
reception? She put on a little mini, like she wanted to show off those legs to him. I don't know. It seems like they'll have a lot in common. Do I think they'll have a fiery, passionate, romance? No. I
Mm.
think it would be
We
like
know
a
that though.
practical arrangement
Yes,
if it ever got anywhere. But I think
we know it didn't
he,
though.
well, yeah. I think he is what she needed. You know, when they say, like, when you get out of a long relationship, the best thing to get over one man is to get under another. I'm not saying she get under another, but I think, like, he's the perfect balm to
Right.
soothe her bruised ego from the last one.
Exactly. Agreed.
Mhm. Um, at this wedding, there was just like a few people. I don't even think they made a table of 10 for the reception. They did it down at the marina. And they went to the pub afterwards and they were out on like a little terrace area. It looked really cute, but budget. Um, but I love Clint. And you know why? Because he said his favorite drink is champs. And I'm here for it. He says, do you like Veuve? And I was like, yes. And she wasn't answering. She said something about red wine, and I was there screaming, yes. Where's the yellow label? Come on now. I love Clint. I love Clint. Oh my God. But he does look like Beavis and Butthead. But I
Be
love Clint.
nice.
I love Clint. That is let's see. I think it's the same dress with the bottom removed. I double checked the top design and it's the same. No, I thought the top was different because for the wedding Farmata, she had the straight across, but when she put on the mini, it was like the top wasn't straight anymore. It looked like it was like ruffled. I'm not making sense. Hold on. Let me see if I can find. Hold on. I've got to go back. I've got to go back and look. Okay. Go ahead, Jamal. Continue while I do my research on the dress. Because this is where Alessandra says she wasn't
Do you
convinced
know where
about
the
bringing
projector
back
is?
Elliot. Hmm.
Hey, so where do we go to next? Like, who's the next couple?
We see the part with the experts, and then we go to Veronica. Veronica is 32 years old and works in the fitness industry. It looks like she was a trainer to me, but I could be
No, she's a
wrong.
personal trainer. Yeah, she's a personal trainer.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
She says she's easygoing. She doesn't take herself too seriously, but she's got zero bullshit tolerance, and that was showcased. I loved it.
Okay,
Um,
when she said that, I'm like, oh,
mhm.
this is gonna be over soon. Because I'm sorry, Elliot's all bullshit. So she's got no time for that, and he's gone. I'm like, next.
Oh my god!
But I
Because
really like her
literally,
though. I really
when
like
she
her a lot.
said that, my next thought was, "Oh no!" That was my next thought.
I'm like, it's done. Bye, Veronica. I mean, you'll be maybe they'll bring you back for somebody better because Elliot's just oof. No, I felt that she was too good for him.
She was, but anyone is too good for him.
And I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Uh huh.
Even when you look at them, how they got dressed for the dinner party, like
Hmm.
she looked gorgeous, and he was just like he was going to have drinks at the bar with his friends.
But
I
he
was
doesn't
like,
own anything. So what do you expect?
stop. Because I'm like, here's the thing, and ladies, tell me if I'm wrong in this.
Uh
If
huh.
you guys are going to a dinner party, right? If
Yeah.
you're taking time to get dressed up and do the thing, right? And let them out there letting the girls know who running things. Now, wouldn't you the grant may take less time? I understand that, but how hard is it to go to your closet, get a pair of nice pants, some good shoes,
Mhm.
and a nice long sleeve collared shirt buttoned to the top, and maybe a nice little blazer? How hard is that? Why is she looking like she's coming out of a magazine? He look like he coming out of Kohl's. I mean, I just felt that was disrespectful. Maybe I'm wrong.
Because
So I
he
feel
don't
like
care.
when a woman puts in that kind of effort to look that good, you should respond in kind. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Okay. All right, y'all. I got okay, first of all, hold on. Okay. Oh, there you go. All right. So, don't he look like Beavis and Butthead, though?
I get it. I
I
can kind of see it.
wish he had a stronger chin. Ay, ay, ay. All right. So, see, this is their really cute outdoorsy wedding. Love it. And so, the wedding, it was straight across. Okay. Hold on.
Right. And
I'm going
at the
to.
reception,
Okay.
it was ruffled. It was ruffled.
This was a wedding, and it had the ruching on the side, but the top was straight. And then the mini dress, look at this. It had this like origami kind of thing going on with her little legs out. This was so cute. And this one is sateen, and the other one looked like crepe. So yeah, they're very subtle differences, but they were cute. Oh, the dresses together. Yeah, they were very close, but and at first I thought that she did take off the bottom. I thought that the long part, like she just took that off to reveal the mini skirt, but then when I saw the top, I was like, "Oh, this is a whole different dress." I should have known. Lauren ain't gonna do one of them convertible dresses. She's too bougie. But look at this. This was so cute. This was so cute. Oh, and look at their cake. This is gorge. Like I wish they would do my wedding. Like I wouldn't want one of the men that they pick. And look at them. They're right opposite the Sydney Opera House. This is bomb, y'all. They be doing some good weddings down in Australia. Anyway, I digress. I'm wasting enough of y'all time with this bullshit. Stop. Oh, sorry. So let me see if I can find pictures from his bum wedding. Hold on, I'll go back here. I wish I had this site. They didn't have this link up when the show first started because then I would have gone into everybody's weddings and just be nosy. Let's see their wedding because I swear this is the same suit that he wore to Lauren's wedding. Elliot, I can't stand Elliot. Let's see. Elliot should have never been put back in the show. I agree with you, Scotland. I don't know why they gave him a second chance unless they realized that the rest of the cast were boring, with the exception of Jackie and Ryan. They needed like someone with his type of energy to be a disruptor to everyone. So that's the only reason why I think that they brought him back. Jamal, did you go through all of their stuff?
Yeah, we went. Yeah, we talked about their stuff. At the end of the day, there really wasn't much to them.
But
It was like, what?
at the reception though, where it was just her two friends and there was no family on his side or friends on his side, which they were side eyeing, and his vows were shady, and they started asking the questions. Um, who you in? And
Okay, the friends voted him off the island.
oh yeah,
They
yeah.
was already like, "Yep, we done next."
They were skeptical of him from the ceremony because there was nobody on his side. And when he said, "I get married every week" or something like that, trying to be funny,
Hmm.
and they were like, "Huh? What's going on here?" So they had their thing. Nobody cares about him. Anyway, let's take him down. He's back. Then we go to Athena and Adrian. This is where we see the meltdown, the epic toddler meltdown. I
Okay,
bet
this
Clint uses deodorant. Oh my God, Marsha, did you hear what Lauren
Lauren.
said to him at the
I
cocktail
screamed.
party? But we'll get there. We'll get there. So, give us the rundown on what happened with Athena
So
and
basically,
Adrian.
I thought it was gonna be some big dramatic thing with them. Well, no. Basically, they had a promo shoot, 30-second promo shoot, right? So
Hmm.
they picked some of the grooms, and he wasn't. I guess he was the only groom allegedly not picked.
That's not
Uh,
true.
exactly. That's the way he's making. That's what he made out to sound like to her,
Hmm.
and that's not what happened. Like she's like, not everyone got picked, so I'm not understanding the problem. And he's like, well, it's the principal, and I'm not coming back unless they put me in the promo and blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, so you are here just you're trying to be famous. Okay, you're an idiot. Cool. It was a whole to me it was a whole unnecessary back and forth. And this is where Athena really needs to. I hope she takes a step back and reassesses herself because she feeds into this mess. And I can give her some grace where I didn't really want to because I understand you left your child for this. You don't want to
Hmm.
go home as a failure. I understand. I really do. And I had to take a step back on my own opinion of her. But the reason why she is in this mess because she keeps entertaining bullshit. Once he said that he wasn't coming back, she's supposed to hang up on him, cut communication, go to the production and the expert and say, like, you know what, I'm not dealing with this bullshit no more, and I want a new husband. Period. Because he's one of those people, he's looking for your reaction. Because he knows if he gets a reaction out of you, an emotional reaction, he know he has you. So that's what he's doing
Hmm.
to her. He's trying to gaslight her, trying to make her feel like she's not on his side, and good on her for bringing up the text messages talking about no, that's not what happened. This is what happened right here. Look, blah 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 blah. And he was stuttering. He knew he was caught. He
You
was just being
jumping
ridiculous.
ahead.
No, that's in the same sec. That's in the
No,
same. Is that
no.
in 16?
Yeah, yeah, because
Oh,
in this one, she says she calls him and like she calls him and she
oh, they're
asks
on
him
the
what
phone. I'm
happened.
sorry. They're
Yes,
on the
and he
phone. It's the
says
phone
he's
call.
not coming back until
That's
he gets
right.
in the promo. And he says that he's pissed And he's like, because he's not in the promo, he feels disrespected. And he says and then he says, she's like, she feels so insignificant to Adrian because he's putting the promo before her. And she can't understand this because she doesn't think Adrian understands what he's supposed to be in the experiment for. And it's not a promotional shoot, it's supposed to be to build a relationship with her. Adrian then turns it around on her and tells her that he's being disrespected and she should be on his side. And her asking him to come back shows her true colors. She says that she felt like she was an afterthought to Adrian. She wished she wished that in just one moment of that conversation he would have thought of her. And she says, after he hung up on her, and then he
Yes.
looks at the camera and she goes, I think my marriage is over. You think? But that's how they ended the episode. Yeah, so
I
that
think
was the
all the way
first
there.
part. So all of the
Yes.
text messages was coming after that she showed to him
Right after
in
and he
16.
after he had the nerve to come back to the apartment, like he's supposed to
Like
be there.
nothing was happening and expecting
No,
apologies.
no. Well, true, but he also rolled up in there like that she should be grateful that he came back. I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. And do you know that he got on an interview, in that same interview where he thought he was famous? And he's the person said, "Why'd you leave the wedding ring?" He said, I didn't want to take anything that would have been considered their property because like he's some sort of like two-bit thief or something. And they already know that that wedding ring is a write-off, so they gave that to you. Hello.
Exactly.
And then, oh my God, the we find out in episode 16 how he told her when he left to pack his bags. That bitch, the way how he left that whole apartment
Thank
and the
you.
suitcases was out there, and he had told her to pack his bags. Bitch, if I had touched your stuff, they'd have been on fire going off the
Thank
balcony.
you. Thank you.
He really thinks of her as some sort of servant. He been treating
Yes.
her like a housemaid for the whole entire time.
Hmm.
Oh my God, he is so irritating. So fucking irritating. Anyway, it is the morning of the third dinner party and everybody's getting ready. We find out Adrian is still missing. Hold on. Oh, we still go through all of that. Okay, so we find out in the beginning of the episode that he went home because he wasn't picked for the promotional shoot. Athena has been texting with Adrian trying to get him to come back, and he told her in the text messages that he was out to dinner with Tony and Sierra and he had no consideration for her. Um, so she then realizes that she spent the entire day at the photo shoot with Sierra, and she never once said anything about having dinner with her husband the night before. That's how all of this rolled out. And she's pissed at Sierra because she finds that disrespectful. We go over to Billy's house. Billy found out about the dinner. Billy found out about the dinner. And
I
he's
wonder who
still,
told
well,
him.
what about me? Hmm?
I wonder who told him.
I don't know. He says that he's still upset about Sierra opening up to Adrian and not him. And I go, I wonder if he knows about the dinner. Billy, and then I say, Billy does know about the dinner. Child, all of my random voice notes are just ridiculous. Um, but he says Sierra didn't tell him. He knows that Tony was there too. He says he was a fool for trusting both of them. Mm, mm-mm. Then we pop over to Morena and Tony's apartment, and Tony says that he seems to be on a better footing with her because I guess now she lets him talk.
They
But
did
here's
look
the
good
thing:
though.
they looked very nice, very nice. But did you notice her body language?
Yes.
She was suppressing talking. She was making a conscious effort not to use her hands. She was not happy. She wasn't happy. But
I think it's because but she said, I think what she's going through right now, because her in her talking head, she understood what they were saying, but she
mhm,
also understands that they were right. Where she's struggling, she's an extreme personality. So where she's struggling is balance. And I noticed that with her because she went from one extreme to the other
mhm,
because someone gave her critique. Probably similar to her marriage. I'm guessing there's kind of parallels there. But
yeah,
like I said, she's an extreme personality. If she can find balance, like she could be a force, but it's going to take her some work, and I'm not sure there's enough time for that.
yeah, yeah. Oh God, I don't know. If never mind. I'm not gonna harp. They looked really cute.
Right.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
harp on it.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, we know what we know, but
yeah.
so we can give her grace for the behind the scenes stuff. But
Oh,
as far as we see on the show, like I said, she can find some balance. She'll be great.
do you think she found out about the dinner? Oh my God.
I think Tony came back and told her.
Oh.
That's why she wasn't surprised, and that's why she didn't narc him out. Like, because this, she
Mm,
could have said something. She didn't say anything. She's like, I'm gonna sit right
true.
here and watch.
Mm, good point. Good point. We see Ree and Jeff. They're talking about her unease regarding Jackie. Trying to meet with Jeff behind her back. Girl, go have sex. With anybody at this point. It doesn't really have to be Jeff. Y'all so
Right.
boring. Jackie and Ryan have made up yet again. This is so ridiculous. The only thing that they are successful at is taking selfies because that's what we see them
I
doing.
have a question for you,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm only bringing this up because it's such a difference.
Mm-hmm.
How come they feel like they put the least amount of effort into like the dinner party? Like usually, if you see the girlies, like the other girlies,
Mm-hmm.
they come into play. They come into play.
Mm-hmm.
The men, the men, not so much. I ain't care about y'all. But the girlies are coming out to play. Why did Jackie come like always come up looking kind of basic, like the same hair, the same kind of
Mm-hmm.
dress? I'm like
I wouldn't say that she's basic. What I would say is that
lack
she
of style.
is, no, it's not lack of style. Because I feel like her stuff costs a lot, right?
Mm,
It's not
I agree.
lycra with some elastic put together. Like her stuff, I feel costs a lot. You ever heard y'all ever heard about like the St. John's catalog? And
Yes.
like that's money, but it's timeless elegance. It's always like not conservative, but it's
Okay, I'll take it
muted
back.
colors, it's good fabrics,
Do you
but
think
it's
do you think it's the
not.
styling? Maybe she
Yeah,
was styled a little bit better with the hair and made some good jewelry. Okay, I got you. Never mind.
yeah, she's got nice stuff, but it's not married at first sight Australia, tits out, ass out, no underwear. Like she wearing panties. She wearing panties.
I was just like, you have a point. Like I said, the girls are coming to play, and I'm looking at Jamie. I'm like, yes, ma'am.
Jamie is what we've
Yes, ma'am.
become used to. And like the last couple of seasons, we had at least four girls dressing like Jamie.
But Jamie looked good though.
She did, but let me tell you, every dinner party, she be struggling to keep them titties in.
Yes, yes, yes. It is a challenge.
There's not enough
Excuse me.
tape. Bless you. There's not enough garment tape to control those titties.
But Jamie,
Um,
keep it going though, girl. You doing great.
um, but you know what? Corina, she like her dressing confuses me because sometimes it's like really nice, But then when she does those under the breast outfits with the whole belly showing, like she did it with her bathing suit first, and then she has like a couple of dinner party dresses that was like that. And I was just like, I don't like that outfit because
I
you
think with
need
Karina,
Jamie breasts in order to
yes,
fill it out. It just looked like
right.
flat paper bags in the
That's
breasticles
what that's what
area.
that's what it was. It was a nice dress, but she didn't have the chi-chis for the dress.
Yes. And she's got a banging body. But if you're gonna do those kinds of things like the
The
no,
chi-chis weren't chi-chiing, and
they
that's
weren't.
okay.
Karina does come to rock the ball. She does. The girls' outfits look cheap every season. They look cheap. Lauren's last year, drunken Lauren, that was
Hmm.
fighting with who? With
Jono
everybody.
and somebody else.
Yes, Lauren's outfits. Like she was a nip slip away in every scene. Every scene and
Everything.
didn't care. Fits the maths. Yes, it does. Jamie came dressed for math appropriate. Math Australia
I
appropriate.
like that. She was mass Australia appropriate.
Yes. And no underwear. Ever.
Jordan,
Let us
Jordan
flat
Parker
girls
says,
live. Oh my
I love it.
God, Jordan.
Jordan says, let us black girls live.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with like what is it, the itty bitty titty committee. There's nothing wrong with it, but it just looks like deflated balloons. Some of the outfits that Karina is rocking, it really does. Let's see.
But look at Lauren in contrast. Lauren's
Mhm.
very like she's very demure, very like very classic,
She's
right?
classic and conservative. Yeah.
Yeah, but she doesn't have like the biggest chi-chis, but but she wears chi-chi appropriate clothing as well.
She got some good chi-chis on her.
But then like, I'm comparing her to Jamie though.
But that's because we seeing Jamie's.
Fair.
We seeing Jamie's, but we ain't like Lauren keeps hers covered up, but she got some good chi-chis. They like clubbing outfits. Yes. Yes. And Timu. I agree with that. Timu. Ciao. Mm-mm-mm.
Okay, where we going? Where are we at
Okay.
now?
So the three intruder couples, they are at a different hotel. They're all getting ready. They seem to be excited. And we see Adrian return to the apartment. Go ahead,
Unfortunately,
Jamal.
like I said, he comes back full of entitlement. I'm just like astounded at his attitude.
Hmm.
He's acting like she should be grateful that he even came back, and he wants an apology because he feels like she wasn't there, like she wasn't there for him, and she's getting upset. But good on Athena for fighting back and not going on. She's like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with this. And she didn't allow him to smile and throw it under the rug. She's like she's done. I think she's finally hit her breaking point. You
He
know.
blocked her. He blocked her while he left. You could
Mm,
imagine that?
mm-mm.
This bitch. Oh my God. Anyway, he leaves. He leaves the apartment when he realizes he wasn't getting his way with her. He leaves and he's got that stupid smile on his face, but whatever. We get to the dinner party. We have Ree and Jeff arrive first. Jamie and Dave are next. Morena and Tony are next with their flower power. TJ and Beth, the first intruder couple, arrive. Then we have Corina and Paul, Jackie and Ryan. Athena walks in alone. Da, 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 da. Next to arrive, Billy walks in alone. Oh my God. Next, we see Sierra walking in alone and dressed to the hills. Who you dressing for, sis?
But thing is, it was crickets when she walked in too. I was like, ooh,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because everybody, I wonder if everybody heard about the dinner. But anyway,
exactly.
Next, we see Adrian walking in alone, and he is walking in as if he belongs there.
Hmm.
Next up,
Okay, but
Lauren and
before,
Clint. Hmm?
well, you have to go back though, real quick.
Mhm,
I like the some of the girls. I think it was Morena.
mhm,
Was it Morena, Ree, and Jamie pulled Athena aside to talk to her.
mhm.
They're trying to like encourage her this and that, blah 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 blah. So she looked at how she was doing, what happened. Now that cuts to when Sierra comes in, crickets, and I like the fact that she had Sierra um a one-on-one convo, and then she's like, I appreciate Sierra trying to come with me with like sincerity, so I don't buy it. And then I like the fact that she after she got done talking to Sierra, she moved her seat.
Well, we're going to
Like
come
she's like,
back to that because I have
okay.
comments about their conversation. So, Adrian walks in alone. Lauren and Clint walk in, second intruder couple. Everybody's happy to see Lauren. And then Veronica and Elliot walk in, third intruder couple, crickets. Um, when when Athena and Sierra were talking, did you see the body language?
Sierra didn't give a damn.
Sierra was in like her shoulders were slouched. She was in a wounded like position and she was actually giving this woman the time of day. Sierra on the other hand, stiff, ramrod. I don't think she was looking Athena in the face or in the eyes, and her apology was forced and insincere, and her whole stature with her was very robotic. Like when she's eating her bread from her plate, very robotic. And she's almost vacant.
No, she
Like
was. She didn't care.
she's dead behind the eyes. I think she's just doing the bare minimum. And I think she's waiting for instructions from Adrian. But that's how I took that whole false little conversation that they were having. Lauren said to Elliot, "At least you smell better." Yes, we gonna get to that, Jordan. Um, let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Next, we see Billy. What did I say here? Billy wasn't surprised to see Athena on her own. Oh, Billy wasn't surprised to see Athena on her own. Why were you not surprised, Billy? He says that he knows
Hmm.
that she's hurt because she's on the other side of it. I guess the situation with him and Sierra. Um, and then I'm like, why is no one mentioning that Tony was at the dinner too?
Right. That
Why
happens.
ain't
That happens. That
why
happens
are
at
they
right. That happens at the dinner party.
yeah.
That
But
happens. It
they
happens
waited
at
too
the
late.
table. Right.
They waited too late. They was all talking about these two bobos at dinner, but Tony was there. Why was he there? Oh my god. Um, Billy tells the fellas that Adrian and Sierra went out for dinner, and the next day Sierra was at with Athena at the photo shoot and didn't say anything to her. So all the boys are like, these are a different set of boys than what we used to with like the likes of Harrison. These boys are like they actually feel for the hurt party instead of like going after the hurt party and further inflicting additional wounds. They use Tony as a cover. Thank you, Marsha E. I like that theory. Um,
My thoughts Adrian invited
mhm.
Tony out and then invited Sierra after. That's my thought process.
I think he invited Sierra first, and then he said,
You
"Let's
think
bring
so?
Tony." Yeah.
I can see both sides, but the reason why I go with my theory is because I don't think Tony would be comfortable if he knew Sierra was gonna be there with them. So I
Who
think
says
that's why I go.
Adrian told Tony that? What
Oh,
he did? He said, Sierra, meet me down at such and such. I'ma bring Tony so for a cover.
oh,
Then he called up
she's
Tony. He said,
gotcha.
Tony, you want to get away from Morena? Is she talking too much? Meet me down at the pub. And then Tony walk up and see the two of them there. And then Adrian will say, look who I saw.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. We might think
Gotcha.
Adrian's stupid, but in doing shit like this, I think he real smart. Sierra says that she did have dinner with Adrian, but there were circumstances that led to it, but it was innocence. Girl, you need to stop talking because you making this sound real suspicious.
So
Um,
innocent. It's so innocent they kept it from their spouses. Got it.
mm-hmm. This is when she goes over to Athena to talk. Athena basically didn't really have anything. Like, she confronted her. She says, "You lied to me the entire day after having dinner with my husband." Sierra just looked at me like she just did not care. Um, Athena gets up and walks away. Sierra is just, these are my thoughts. Sierra is just so robotic. She's just like, yeah, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. All right, what are we doing here? And then she looks over to Billy and says hello to Billy. How are you? And then he says, like, he's just standing there. What is she doing? She's purposely hurting this man. She's meaning Billy, and she's purposely hurting Sierra. But everything is
You mean
so
Athena?
innocent.
You mean
Hmm?
Athena, right? You mean Sierra turning
Yes,
Athena and
yes.
Billy?
Sierra is purposely hurting Billy and Athena. Sorry. Yeah. It's just so weird. What is going on in her head?
I'm curious because she, I really don't think she likes Adrian like that though. I don't think she likes him that much. She doesn't. She, in my mind, she's mad at Billy for him not giving her the attention that she wanted. So she started elsewhere. I think her thing is like, you're not giving me attention. I'll find it elsewhere. Because when you hear her talk, she doesn't talk about Adrian like, oh my God, I really like him. I just don't get that feeling at all.
Hmm.
But she don't give a damn about Athena's feelings because she feel like she's doing nothing wrong because she's like Adrian's just someone that she can vent to.
I'm gonna add on top of that. I don't think Sierra likes herself.
She
And
doesn't.
and and what she said a few episodes ago about how she doesn't deserve a good guy sticks. And she's self-sabotaging. But she's taking out a lot of other people as collateral damage.
Agreed.
Wait, Sierra told on herself when she said they had a plate of meat. We all know she only picks on bread like a bird. The only meat she has is Adrian. Tracy, you like I was with you for the first part. But who describes dinner as a plate of meat unless they're at an Argentinian place?
Right.
She's a wrecking ball. Thank you, Marsha E. She doesn't look like she likes anyone. But did y'all notice the subtle wardrobe difference? Like last week when she was with Billy, she looked like she was, I don't know. It,
Like
it oh,
a school principal.
not like the clothes were so baggy and the tones were very drab and like taupe colors, like, and like no makeup, none. Like her lips look chapped. This week, homegirl coming with a full on cocktail gown. She's got on. She's made an effort. She did the hair. She's got on the dramatic, super dark, smoky eye, which made her eyes sink in and look really itty bitty. And she did the full on glam. Who are you dressing for? Not your husband.
Everybody.
Who says she may be seen as damaged goods? Jordan, didn't Sierra said that she might be seen as
Yeah.
damaged goods?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what she said that because she didn't
Yeah,
want the reason why she didn't tell Billy what was going on in her past because she didn't want
exactly.
She did
Thank
not want him to
you.
look at her as damaged goods.
Thank you for reminding us about that. Her words, not mine. Oh, oh my God. A large suit jacket dress. Yeah, she was dressed like as if she didn't want anybody to see her body. She didn't want to come across as attractive to anyone, or she wanted to repel anyone who might think she's attractive. She was dressing down. This week, tits out, showing all of the non existent curves. And did the hair, the makeup. She was there. She was there to attract. I don't like her. I don't like her. Glam this night. Yep. Like all the storylines are the same year after year. So now I just focus on all of the subliminal cues, and it's
Right.
so awesome. Um, the experts are looking at all of this and saying that Adrian is blissfully unaware that he doesn't realize that he's the villain in all of this. But you're also putting over the villain edit on him, which is good. He deserves it. Then next thing you know,
Well,
we
it's
see
easy to do though, because it gives you so much content. To be fair,
yes, yes. They give you the material, the production people. They give the production people the material, and they bend and twist it to their needs, which is awesome. We see Adrian go and sit down next to Athena. He could have sat anywhere else, but he went and sat next to her. And um, I don't understand what they're doing. And I think that was the part where even Athena said, "What is like? I cannot explain what is going on here." It's just so disrespectful to their spouses. I'm not saying that you need to go and sit next to them, but why are y'all continuing to try? And when I say y'all, Adrian and Sierra are continuing to try to press a point that they could do what they want, and they are unconcerned about hurting the people that they're in the experiment with, and that shows their character. That shows their character. And you know what? If Sierra isn't that interested in Adrian, she could be like, dude, let's wait to go to dinner privately. Why are we doing this here?
agreed.
You know? Let's see. Hold on. He's sitting next to her. He's asking her how she's doing. She says she's not happy, obviously. He's telling her that she looks cuter when she smiles. And why is he telling her that? The experts say that he knows exactly how to play her. See, this is what I said. Like when she started talking about how she's damaged goods and she can't talk about certain parts of herself, they flashed to him on the couch, and I said he picked his next mark.
Mm-hmm.
He's been looking at her for a long time because he realized he was bored with Athena, and he was looking for the next one. Let's see. Sierra then goes to talk to Morena and Adrian. I think he goes and sits next to her again. It's so weird how he followed her around this whole cocktail party. Um, oh, this is when Athena says she has no words. Um, when Lauren and Clinton walk in, everybody loves them. Jamie says she's so happy to see her with a real live man. Justice for Lauren. Veronica and Elliot walk in, and everyone kind of like is shook. Um, Lauren is grossed out. She feels sorry for his new wife. He comes over and gives Lauren a kiss on the cheek. And that's when she says to him, not as a side comment, not as a talking head, she says to Elliot, at least you smell better this time.
I was like, damn.
Justice for Lauren. She's good at being petty. I love it. I love it. Um, let's see. He's expecting some questions, meaning Elliot. He's expecting some questions from the group, but he wants everyone to hear both sides. Well, then you should have showed up to the first one. But the guy comes out and says, "Dinner is served," and you can run through all of the debacle that happens at this dinner because it was kind of funny.
No, it was because they sit down. I'm not sure who kicked off the conversation, but Lauren
Mm-hmm.
and Elliot get like go back and forth. Lauren basically, oh, I think someone asked like, how does it feel for them to be back and seeing each other? I think it's something to that effect, if I recall
Jeff
correctly.
started. Jeff started it.
Oh, so it's
He
Jeff. Okay,
petty. Love it.
so they were talking. There, Lauren's like, you know what? Clint's really nice. It's a whole different experience. Yada yada. And she just went down the list of things that Elliot said to her, and he is so delusional that he was sitting there denying what he said. I'm like, this is what I wish they would roll back the bean footage in real time, because you did
Mm-hmm.
say those things to her, like about the not the gem part we didn't see, but we saw the part about the bag. I'm looking at I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, sir, why are you mad at a woman who has nice things? That makes no sense. Like the fact that she has nice things without you means she can get
Mm-hmm.
it by herself, which means y'all can be a powerhouse together if you're not insecure. Hey, go ahead, Lauren, do your thug thing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
oh, the fact that, oh, the kid thing. He straight up told her that at the dinner, when you're having dinner, that he wanted like 5 kids, and he
Mm-hmm.
said, "No, I didn't." I'm like,
Yes, you
lie.
did.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you
did.
did.
And
Yes, you did.
she said some things. And she said, I didn't say that. I can't remember what he said. She said, but he said like, oh, you had like 5 margaritas that night, so you may not
You
remember. I'm like,
probably don't
ooh.
remember.
I was
Yeah.
like, wow. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, and Veronica's body language caught me as well. She was not feeling that at all.
No.
I was cracking up because she's seeing all of this. And
Mm-hmm.
after they had their back and forth, she jumps in. She's like, what you said to her, disgusting about the margaritas. You shamed her. He's like, no, I think she's like, uh-uh. She's like, I just sat here and watched you do it. What are you
Yep.
talking about? And she called him out, and she would lay him flat. He couldn't really say nothing. I'm like, thank you, Veronica. I'm like, oh yeah, run, Veronica, run. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. And the thing is with her, I understand now. I know why she's upset, because she's like, I let you in on something so personal to me about her endometriosis, and now to see you treat another woman this way makes me go, you know. So,
Hold on,
oh yeah,
cuz.
for Mata, Elliot denied everything, which proved that he hasn't learned anything. Such an immature man.
Yep. He's did
Absolutely.
y'all think he was gonna learn something though?
No,
Honestly? Hold
they brought
on.
him back for chaos.
Yes, yes. He's their Harrison this year. Look at this. This was the best thing that I caught. Um, look at her face. Look at Veronica's face. She is repulsed. She's looking at Elliot like, what? Who are you? Who are This is why you don't marry someone at first sight. But who are you? Who am I sitting next to? Her face said it all. Child, I feel bad. Oh, let me take
But
down
I
these
like I like
pictures.
that she waited. I love the fact that she waited until
Hmm.
they got all their system, but then she jumped in and spoke. That says a
Yeah.
lot about her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm like,
She sat there and
okay.
she took in everything. Hold on. I'm trying to pull up another picture. I didn't edit these before. Um, child. Channel 9 don't know we exist in Australia, so I'm just using all of their stuff. Hold on. This, I got another picture of her digesting the information. share. Okay. So this is her listening to everything. Him there calculating. And I think
Yes.
one of the experts was like, he's realized that he's messed up. He's messed up. And they think that he actually likes Veronica. He
Oh
likes
no, he
Veronica.
does. He does. And what happened was
Mm-hmm.
instead of him, he defaulted to his true character.
Mm-hmm.
We all have growing to do no matter what the age. But the problem is his first reaction when he's challenged is to go on the defensive. And that's what he did. Instead of owning up to and saying, like, you know what, Lauren? Yes, I didn't think we were compatible. Yes, I just cut and ran. Yes, I didn't treat you the best way. I apologize for that. Had he done that and taken the extreme high road, Veronica would look at him a lot different. But he defaulted to his personality trait, which is defensiveness, and he
Mm-hmm.
starts snapping back. And Veronica was looking at him like, this is a far cry from the man I sat with and told some personal things to. So she's kind of in shock because she
Mm-hmm.
didn't think this was in him.
Oh my God, I found another one. Veronica has so many good faces. So many good faces. Oh, this is so bad.
Tracy,
Okay.
yes, she knew Laura wasn't speaking from jealousy or anything. She knew it was real facts.
God, I'm not even
She
sure
said,
about
I don't know Lauren, but from what I
mm-hmm.
know of her, she seems like
Mm-hmm.
a very cool chick.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know in a fight, so and this is an old adage that the first person to lose their cool and get loud and defensive loses, and they're the one typically on their line. Lauren was calm, cool, collected. She just spoke the facts as they were. It was Elliot who got hot and defensive and not so much loud, but insulting. And I love that Cliff jumped in and asked him, like, so are you denying that you said, oh, he's all, yeah, Cliff's like, basically you're full of shit. And Elliot's all, well, I've been consistent. And Clint said consistently shit. And he had no
Mm-hmm.
comeback but to like kind of mock him like Elliot, you need to stop talking now. This- These banters aren't what you do well, sir. Just sit there and look decent.
But he had the nerve to say that Cliff was standing there, like glazed eyes or something, and didn't.
Deer in headlights.
Yeah, deer in headlights. And I was just like, he handled himself very well.
He did.
He handled himself very well. Oh, let me download this. So this is another one where she is actually side-eyeing him, and
Hmm.
this is the cool, calm, and collected of it all. Hold on. But in the middle of all of this going on, didn't Jackie get up and was like going over to Ryan and say, find 10 things nice to say about me?
Somewhere in it, you know what? I tuned her out, but I did, and she did go up and beg for compliments, and everybody was laughing at her, especially
But
Jamie.
this is how this really confirms that she's just on here looking for attention.
But remember, I spoke to you. We talked about this pre-show. Like it seemed
Mm-hmm.
like they're just there for attention. They don't like each other, Jackie and Ryan. But they said like we're gonna be a team to get this money and get as much screen time as we can. Because in my opinion, at the dinner party, if you go back and watch Jackie's face, you
Mm-hmm.
could see on her face where she's looking to where she can interject or
Mm-hmm.
get a moment. And she never found an opening because everyone else was so much that much more interesting.
Yes. Yes. She couldn't find a moment and she misfired. She truly misfired. When she went over in the middle of all this and it fell flat because everyone ignored it, including
Yeah.
Ryan. Because I think he said, "Oh, she's into her fitness and she eats well." He went back to his
And
default
Jamie
things.
cracked up. She's like,
Yep.
mate, that's the best thing you think. Like, she eats well. Stop it.
Mhm. But this is what Veronica was looking at. This is what Veronica was making her assessments on. A calm, cool Lauren who was presenting the same story that she said at the original dinner party that he bailed on, that he was too much of a coward to come to. And she said the same thing. But she didn't say the stuff about the laptop, that he had to leave the experiment because he had to go and charge his laptop. That was awesome. But then you see Clint is there and he is standing with his wife. He's listening to everything that this guy is saying. He makes his determination. He said, "You're full of shit. And this is not how you talk to my wife." And then did you see the hand go around the back of the chair to
Yes.
hug her? I was like, ah, not Clint putting the moves on. Loved it. But again,
But go
they
ahead.
were incredible. And
Yes.
and you had him cracking. You had him cracking. It was sad. It was truly sad.
He was cracking because Lauren wasn't by herself this time. She
Yeah.
had like support. And Clint and Lauren's values align. Like he said he's like, I want a woman to be a woman, let me be a man, I want to protect her, blah blah blah. He even said Lauren needs protecting.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they actually met face to face, he's like, oh, it's you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He
And
should.
Lauren's like, I love Lauren. And I love Lauren because she was just straight to the point to the facts. And she's always been confident, but you could just see in her body language and the way she spoke, like, she understands that she has a true man support behind her, who's not
Yeah.
intimidated by her. And I think you in the chat said this earlier. He's a good match for her because he's successful as well. He is humbly wealthy, as he said. So he's not phased by her bags. He's not phased by her business. He's not phased by her success because when you have success on your own, you're not intimidated by anyone else's.
But they
As with
also share something in common because he asked her, "What do you do for a living?" She says, "Oh, I own my own business." And he said, "What type of business?" And she says, "I provide luxury executive gifts." And he said, "I'm starting an app where I'm doing the
Mhm.
same thing." And they found a connection. And that was the final thing that broke her wall against him at the wedding, because they found something mutually in common: making money. Love it. Love it. I like him. I'm very disappointed at what he does, in afterwards.
Right.
But to each his own. I guess they aren't really in the same location, so maybe the relationship could work. But he's a good
Probably.
business contact, and she's a good business contact, and they will
They
keep
can
it
still, you know
pushing.
what? You know what? They may not work out romantically, but they can still get money.
Yep, and I think that's what it is. But like, he served a really good purpose for her in the end. He did. Let's see. Lauren even admits that she was really happy how Clint handled himself. He went into protector mode and she was happy. Period. Dave sat down in the chair and broke it, and Jamie says she's feeding him too much. Girl. Mm. We talked, excuse me, about Jackie trying to get attention. Then we see Billy calls everyone's attention to address the elephant in the room. Um, he says the two couples have walked in separately, and then he hands the floor over to Athena. Oh, and that's where I had to switch the feed that I was watching because it lost audio. Um, Athena basically puts everything on the line and tells everybody everything that's been happening over the past couple of days. And what are your thoughts on this, Jamal?
I have none because it's just the same stuff over and over again. But good on Athena for standing her ground, and she better not fold.
Yeah, and Adrian sits there because they start questioning Adrian. Adrian said, "I'm not apologizing for leaving. What for?" Um, we see the experts chiming in, and they say they question whether his priorities are in the right place. Well, duh.
Hmm. Oh,
Y'all
and
should
his
have
the
been seeing it.
females. He said and when Adrian said that Athena was gaslighting him, she's like, "Oh no, 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 no! You're not gonna put that. That's harsh language. You're not gonna put that on me." Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Well, you females," and they're like, "Whoa!" And
Uh-huh.
Alessandra's like, yes, yes, Adrian, go ahead. Tell us about us females." I was like,
Yep.
"Oof, oof."
Yep, because that's when she comes out. She says, why were you having dinner with Sierra on Saturday night? And it drops like a bomb at the table. He says Sierra looked upset, so he was just trying to help, as if he does that when his wife is upset, but I digress. Um, Adrian said that he asked Athena to come out, and Athena says, no, you didn't. I was like, wait, she is really coming at him. But again, he says it. He asked, um, I he he knew what he was doing. He knew
Mhm.
what he was doing. He asked Sierra out. He ain't asked Athena, but he came to this dinner party, and tried to lie and say that he asked Athena, expecting Athena to go along with it like how she's gone along with it from the beginning. But he shouldn't have left that apartment, because in time that he left that apartment, this girl like was breathing fresh air and realized where her voice was. And she found it at this in this episode. She truly found it in this episode, because he accused her of gaslighting, but he was doing nothing
Mhm.
but gaslighting this girl and sitting there
Exactly.
lying about everything, and thought nobody was going to challenge him on it. He has a very thug mentality. And he
Mm.
even references it sometimes, like, you know what neighborhood I come from. What neighborhood do you come from? You from fucking Australia. What are you talking about? Like, Australians seem to me like some of the nicest people like ever. I actually want to go to Australia when the planes stop crashing. But like, I feel like he's trying to portray something that he really isn't. And I don't know, like,
Agree.
he feels like he's coming across like a bully. I don't know. Weird. Weird.
I was gonna say he's like a corner boy.
Mm.
Like,
Explain.
you know what I mean. Like, if you grew up in
Mm-hmm.
certain areas, you know what corner boys are. They're basically the
Mm-hmm.
area runners for the on street entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm gonna put it. So he struck me as one of those. Like, he wanted to be more. He wanted to be an entrepreneur, but he didn't have the connects or the money or the influence. So he just the best he could do was corner boy, and that's just he just gives me corner boy energy.
Mm-mm. We even get an apology from Sierra. She says that the dinner was innocent. Um, but she apologizes to Athena. And you have Billy here saying in his head, "What about me?" Oh, stop saying that, Billy.
Right.
She I don't even think you're in her world anymore.
Nope. She wrote you
Really?
off weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Yep. Yep. Couldn't agree more. Um, he says shocking is the word. It's not acceptable. Well, for them it is. Adrian
But
doesn't
can we
think.
call it thing a thing?
Mm-hmm,
Can we call it thing a thing with Billy?
mm-hmm,
Billy is a nice guy, but Billy is basically Ryan with sensitivity. They
mm-hmm,
don't read the room well. You lost
mm-hmm,
Sierra. Here's the thing. We have to go back a couple weeks. After the conversation, remember yesterday we mapped out where things fell apart. One part I think we missed was when I believe they sat down and talked. And she expressed to him, she's like, it feels kind of like we're in the friend zone. I know she
mm-hmm,
said it in her talking head, but I think they had a conversation as well. I could be wrong.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
She wrote you off, Billy, because you don't listen. Same with Ryan. You do not listen. You're trying to present, yeah, you probably like were a bad boy, having a different chick every 3 days, fine, whatever. But you're trying to come off as this sweet, sensitive type dude, which is all well and good. But if you're going to be that dude and want someone to listen to you, you need to return the favor and listen to your wife. when
Mm-hmm.
your wife comes to you and says, "Hey, I need these things. I need physical touch. I feel like we're in the friend zone, but we're husband and wife." Though that's a very direct form of communication that most couples work years to get to. She's putting everything on the table for you. She put everything on the table for you, and you just ignored it because you were too obsessed in your own bubble about your own feelings, how you felt in your timeline. So therefore, basically what you did, you pushed this woman. Granted, she shouldn't have done what she did. You pushed her basically into an open field, and we're gonna call her sheep at this point. You threw a sheep out there with the wolf waiting, which is
Mm-hmm.
why she went to have dinner with a plate of meat. But you know what I mean. So
Mm-hmm.
you could say Sierra's wrong, this, wrong, that. Yes, she is, but Billy is culpable in his own way as well. So you
He
can't say
is.
one person's 100% wrong. So we could sit here, like I said, we could sit here like talk about Sierra, Sierra that, but people can call Billy out for his lack of communication as well, his lack of listening skills.
But he told her he wanted to connect with her on an emotional level before they did the sex. And I think that's when she bailed because she's not capable of connecting with anyone on an emotional level. She just wants sex. So they were a mismatch from the beginning.
I think they're more along the lines of opposites attract, but that
She
being
was
said,
into him when she saw the big dingaling. She was
well,
happy. But when he pulled back the dingaling and asked for an emotional need to be met by having an emotional connection with her, and he wanted to build that foundation, she withdrew. She was like, wait, nah, I don't want no emotion with you. But what you doing on the show?
she's looking for a man for her to adore her and to give her the attention that she wants and needs.
Tie her
But
up and
again,
beat her?
a little light bondage plays nothing wrong with that.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, at the table, we see Adrian, and he's still fighting with everyone. He says no one wants to hear what he has to say because
Nope.
they won't let him talk. Then Adrian says that Tony was at the dinner. Tony speaks up and he says it was a friendship. They were all friends at the table. Billy then says, you went out to dinner and you can't defend that. Adrian is deliberately egging Billy on at this point. Um, he says that Billy came to him and said, do you want a wife swap? And Adrian says, yes, he said it, but he was fuming at the time. And I kind of understand what Billy was saying. Should he have said it? No. But if you just found out that your wife opened up to another guy and he comes up to you with that shit eating grin that Adrian is always sporting, and I would have said it too. I'd have been like, motherfucker, you want a wife swap or something? Like, what are
Right.
you doing? And I understand the context that he said it, but at least Billy is owning up that he should have said it.
Exactly.
And that's something that Adrian can't do. Um, and so Adrian said it and he was fuming. Hold on. What he'd heard and um Oh, Sierra then, after Billy acknowledges what he said and the error of what he said, Sierra turns to him and just to put more salt on the wound, she tells Billy that wasn't a nice thing to say. So now you finally acknowledge his presence. Now,
Hmm.
again, she's no good. Billy might be at fault for a lot of things, but the pylon by these two demons, he don't deserve this. Then she gets up. Sierra gets up from the table and leaves. Adrian proceeds to follow her. And then next thing you know, we cut to the lounge and we see Tony talking with these two bobos, Adrian and Sierra. Like, what is going on? And
I
Billy
was like,
notices it.
what? I'm like, Tony, what are you doing? Do not go out there.
But you notice that Tony always defending the wrong person because Tony defended Tim. Remember Tim and Katie?
Yes.
He was the one who was defending Tim. Tony, go home. Go home to your wife and take Morena with you. Because I agree with what you said in the text message, Jamal. Marina needs to go. Take Tony with
Hmm.
you. Go. Let's see. Again, Billy stressed that he shouldn't have said what he said about the wife swap. It was pure frustration. He says he doesn't trust Sierra. I wouldn't trust her neither. She doesn't show up for him, and he knows deep down that she likes Adrian. How do you know that? How do you
Hmm.
know that? What has she said? What has she done? Tell us, Billy. We need to know. Adrian is sitting with Sierra saying that we should do the wife swap. Fuck them both. That's how the episode ends. That bitch. Oh my God. And Sunday is the next commitment ceremony.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
I want half of this cast to go home.
I really do. You
And
know
this
what? I
whole
wish.
dinner, the whole
My
dinner,
thing is
TJ and Beth were sitting there going, "What the hell?"
exactly. My whole thing is I wish there was like a judge kick, like an expert expulsion. There it is. They need one expert expulsion a season to where like if they are really dysfunctional couples that they both stay, they can be like, we're using our expert expulsion and we're kicking you off because we feel like there's no point in you being here. Bye bye. That would
Yes,
be amazing.
yes, I agree with that. Wait a minute. I looked up and saw the comments, and Ryan says, "I walked in on Dingaling." Ryan doesn't even watch the show, but we appreciate you hanging out with us. Wow, Jackie's with Clint's dogs. Yeah, they moved in together. Um,
Mm-hmm.
he better watch out. He better watch out. He better run that bean footage and check how she behaves. Sadly, Athena and Adrian are staying together. At least they were on. I looked at that footage again, Jordan. Look at the footage closely. Turn off the sound and look at her face when he gives her that flower. He is playing her to get press and promo. Um, I don't think she was that happy to be around him. I think they're doing it for production's sake. Um, that's a great idea. What's a great idea? Dinglings? Um, okay, let's see. Clint is with Jackie now. Yeah, yeah. I think he'll. Hopefully, that's a short thing because she's from New Zealand and he's from Tasmania, so they're closer in proximity and location than being on Australia. So
Mm-hmm.
in Australia. Sorry, that sounded really bad. Um, so maybe it's just logistics that they're together. Plus he made her sit in the back seat. Exactly. And I want to know because the interview that I saw where Adrian was acting so stupid, the interviewer asked Adrian if he's together with Athena. And he said, yeah. He said, I don't believe that because the night before you was grabbing some chick's ass. And he was like, yeah, so what? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. She's not going to do that to her child. She is playing the game for production, but I don't think she's together with him.
No.
And Jordan, find that clip again. She goes up to the car, he gives her the rose, and then she turns and faces the camera away from Adrian, and her face kind of cracks. Oh, bless you. Look
Thank
at
you.
the footage again and turn off the sound, and you'll see. I don't think that was genuine. The expert expulsion. Oh, we need that so bad. But anyway, y'all, those are the two episodes. Married at First Sight Australia, season 12, episode 15 and 16. So get ready for this Sunday. We're going to see the commitment ceremony again, the couch sessions. This better be good. This better be good. Oh, oh my God. So, Jamal, any final thoughts? I know I've kept you way too long on this episode.
No worries. No, everyone have a great weekend. Be safe, and like this show just gets better and better. But I agree with Debbie. I do need some of these couples to go,
Yes.
specifically Sierra and Billy, and Ryan and Jackie,
And Elliot.
and
I
Elliot. Can,
I want Veronica to come up there and write leave. I really do. I want her to throw down the gauntlet. I
I
want
agree.
him to realize that she's not like an easy pushover.
Mm-mm.
Like I think she's when I said that she is Lauren's mini me, I really feel this like say no bullshit or nothing, except Lauren is way calm about it. I think Veronica could get a little fiery, which would
Right.
be appreciated. All right, guys, thank you so much. Please don't forget to give us a few likes, and subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate it. We will see you next Thursday and Friday. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.